let's move into something lighter, man. There was a lot of good albums that had came out in 2019 that we can kind of just, anyone stick out to you as far as best albums of 2019?
Best albums of 2019. The Baby had Baby on Baby. You had some real good albums come out this year.
So you had in 1 year we had Rhapsody's Eve, The Game, Born to Rap, Megan Thee Stallion, Fever, Dreamville, Revenge of the Dreamers. We had The Baby. He put out Kirk. He had 2 albums though too.
2 albums.
Yeah, he put out
Baby
Kirk.
on Baby came out in March and Kirk just came out in September.
Yeah, Freddie Gibbs and Madlib, Bandana. Tyler the Creator, Igor.
The championships come out in 2019 or 2018?
18.
That was 18. So.
Yeah. What would you say would probably be the album of the year, even when you just hit that list?
I think Baby on Baby was the one.
Baby on Baby was the album of the year?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm going to go to Rhapsody Eve. Why you think Baby on Baby?
It had the biggest impact, and every song went on it. Every song.
I would definitely say your radio was definitely filled with, or your streaming or your timeline was definitely filled with, if not The Baby, it was Megan Thee Stallion.
Mm-hmm.
Like those two ran 2019. Because if you didn't hear one, you heard the other, or you heard them both at the same time.
Absolutely.
I just think as an album, and the album that we're probably going to be looking back on and calling it more of a classic than we're probably calling it now, is probably Rhapsody Eve. Because I just feel like she's grown as an artist, and she's one of the best top 5 alive right now. Not just female rapper, just one of the best top 5. When you think about who is good right now, I think she's good. And Eve was great growth from the last album. So that's the album. That's my personal. I think slept on album though was Dreamville, Revenge of the Dreamers. I think that was a really good compilation album, because the last time I heard a great compilation album was probably never. What would be a sleep on album you think you heard?
A sleep on album that
Yeah.
I was riding to. I need a second on that one. It was a very slept on.
Yeah, just what you think people wasn't paying attention to. Which album you think people just wasn't paying attention to?
Wale had a slept on album.
Okay.
The Wild So Crazy. That was a slept on album.
Okay. I gotta admit, I didn't really give Wale a really good listen, because I was so mad at Wale from the album before that I hadn't returned yet.
Oh yeah, that one was horrible.
Yeah, I didn't return yet. Yeah. I would say album of the decade.
Album of the decade. That's tough.
Let me just name some that came out in the past decade. Just name just a few. Nicki Minaj, Pink Friday. Kanye West, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. Kendrick Lamar, Good Kid, Mad City. Wale, Ambition. Nas, Life is Good. Rick Ross, God Forgives, I Don't. 2 Chainz, Based on a True Story. Mac Miller, YG, My Crazy Life. Let me see another one. Kendrick Lamar, To Pimp a Butterfly. Plenty of Drake. You could just, all the Drake albums pretty much came out. Will be another one. Just one more to drop in.
Dreams and Nightmares, Meek.
Dreams and Nightmares, yeah. Migos, Culture.
Mm-hmm.
Jay-Z, 444.
Yep. Beyonce, Lemonade.
Yep. J. Cole, King of Diamond.
For Your Eyes Only.
Mm-hmm. Nipsey Hussle, Victory Lap. YG, My Crazy Life. What would you say, just naming those right there, will be the best album of the decade? Just that right there.
Might have to go J, 444.
Best album of the decade?
It's hard for me to go anywhere but J.
Okay. I'll see your 444. It was definitely Jay's album. It was definitely the best Jay-Z album he put out, I would say, this decade.
But one of the top albums of the year, too, is Chicks Tape 5. Tory Lanez.
Of the year? Sorry, of the decade?
Yeah.
Okay, year. Okay. All right. Thank you. We was about to go a whole left. Yeah. It really was a good album of the year. Yeah, it really was. It came out recently, but it was. I would say The Game, Born to Rap, was a good album of the year. Not the best album of the year, but it was definitely up there. My vote for best album of the decade, Kanye West, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. That was Ye's last classic.
You missed me on that one.
My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. Do you remember what was on there?
I remember exactly what was on there.
Okay, because dude, Monster, Power, Lost in the World, All of the Lights.
I got you.
I just don't see no album that was better than that. I don't. The only other album I would say that could even come close to that was Good Kid, Mad City, or To Pimp a Butterfly. But My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, that was definitely Ye's last best album, as far as a classic. Ye has two classics: College Dropout and My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. And if you're lucky as an artist, you can get one classic, but Kanye has two.
I don't know. Meek Mill Wins and Losses was a good one too.
It was. Would you say it was better than My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy? I wouldn't.
I mean, the production was better.
No, it wasn't. I'm looking at your face right now. They can't see your face right now. You don't believe in yourself. You don't believe in yourself.
And T.I.'s King album.
That didn't come out in the past 10 years. That came out in 2004. That was a decade before.
No, the King album. Not.
Oh, not King. The King album. No, I wasn't feeling that one, bro. I don't think that was one of T.I.'s best albums.
What?
Mm-mm. And T.I.'s my favorite rapper. I just don't think that was one of his best albums.
That album was hot.
I just don't think it was one of his best ones. I would say one that probably doesn't get enough praise is that was a surprise hit. Well, A Tribe Called Quest, their last album. We got it from here now because I wasn't expecting that album to be good because so much time had passed, and then we heard about Phife died. So another good album of the decade.
Right, it came out in 2006.
What?
King.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought you were talking about like another. Well, I mean, he didn't. He says he's king all the time, but yeah, that came out. Migos' Culture was good.
Yeah, it was.
Big Crick Forever is a mighty long time. That was a really good album of the decade. And Wale, the album About Nothing, I think was a good one of the decade. It's definitely a standout. J. Cole 2014 Forest Hill Drive.
Forest Hill Drive. That's the one I said. I said For Your Eyes Only. I meant Forest Hill Drive.
Okay. You feel like what? That was what? Best album of what?
Oh, the decade.
Of the decade?
Yeah, that was a decade album.
Yeah, okay. I give you that. You can. This is no competition. You can hold on to yours. I hold on to mine.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You can hold on to yours. I hold on to mine. It was definitely album that definitely changed.
And I liked Rick Ross's Black Enterprise album too. I mean Black Market album.
Black Market album.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think Rick Ross's best work, his last best work, and let me just double check. But God Forgives.
God Forgives, I don't.
Yeah, God Forgives. I still think that was probably Ross's best work. God Forgives. I don't think too many people was touching Ross when he dropped that. I really don't. God Forgives. Pusha T, My Name Is My Name.
Mm-hmm.
Mac Miller, Watching Movies with the Sound Off. Got to give it to that.
And Jeezy's last big album, 2011, 103, Trap Music 103,
Okay.
The Motivation 103.
What song was on there?
What song was on there? That one had, that was Lose My Mind.
Yeah.
It had I Do with Andre and Jay-Z.
Oh,
Had
yeah.
Super Freak, had Leave Me Alone.
That was
had
definitely
Way
good.
Too Gone with Future.
Future, DS2.
Yeah, Dirty Sprite 2 was definitely one.
Yeah. That's definitely a great contender. Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, but TM 103 was Jeezy's last good album.
I'm with you on that. Who are artists you think we should be looking forward to for the next decade?
The Baby, Megan Thee Stallion. You got Roddy Ricch. You got Wife and Lucy just had a good album, but he's not that. Lil Baby's gonna be here to stay. I mean, you got these guys. Fab just put out Summertime Shootout 3.
Yeah, but Fab's a legend. I'm talking about new people who fairly just recently kind of came out. Who you think we should be looking forward to next year, next decade?
NBA Youngboy. He just had that AI 3, and that don't go. And NBA, I don't think he going nowhere as long as he can stay out of jail. Yeah, NBA, Roddy Ricch. Lil Baby, those the guys that's leading and the leaders of the new school.
Okay.
And Megan Thee Stallion.
I mean, I think Cardi, we can't forget her. I think she's definitely about to lead.
Cardi is here.
Yeah.
She getting ready to drop that new album.
Yeah, I think Cardi.
They just bought another palace like Drake's.
I saw that.
See that video?
Yeah,
the videos of that house?
That was sick.
Man.
I think we should look forward to Rhapsody for the next 10 years. 3D Nate T. I think we should look forward to her next 10 years. She got bars. Isaiah Rashad. I think we should be looking forward to him. TDE. I think Reason, who's signed to Top Dog Entertainment. I think we should be looking forward to him also too. I think he's
shout out to him. I was on tour with him.
Yeah, I think he's getting ready to do some real good work. His album was really good.
Good brother.
Yeah, I think he's ready to do some real good work. Bass. I think with Dreamville, I think he's about to do really good. Boss, he's about to do real good. I'm always looking forward to a J-Rock album, but J-Rock low key's been around for about a decade, so I don't know if I can count him. Who you think is going to win the race between Drake, Cole, and Kendrick for the next decade? Because that was one thing that Drake talked about in an interview. He was talking about how it's going to be interesting to see where they go in this next decade.
I think Drake will continue to put out more music than all three of them. I think they'll be more stingy. Cole and Kendrick will be more stingy when they release their music and release it a little more further out and make more big effects. I think they'll just affect in three different ways. Like Drake will be more the commercial pop guy. He'll be the more consistent in your face. He'll give you a lot of singles. And then Kendrick and Jay are just going to come and just give you those moments. When they come, they're going to give you a moment. And then they're going to dip for 2 or 3 years. They're going to come and give you another moment because you're going to be waiting on it.
I think Drake is definitely going to always find a way to be in our face if his music is popping or not. But the fact that he's been on this run that he's been on, to see if he's going to do it for the next 10 years, he's already...
I don't see why I can't.
Listen, he's already in the archive for the run that he's had. And I'm just going to speak on that. That's just being honest. The run that he's had has been good. So if he can go into the next decade with that kind of attitude... I mean, those kind of hitting that kind of momentum, then so be it. And, we still really ain't see Drake go back to acting since he stopped acting. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So he's, as an artist, in his whole, in a whole, I think he still got a lot more to give as far as just being in your face. You understand? Musically, that's, you can never really go by that because this crowd is, the music fan is fickle. But Drake seems to have loyal fans that's not going nowhere.
Oh, no, he got the whole world ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, he got it, But listen, they all got, the thing I like about all three of them is that, to your point, what you say is that when each of them drop, they definitely bring all attention to them. You know what I mean? So I got to give definitely credit for that. So yeah, those are albums of the decade, man. So, you let us know how you think about that. Make sure you hit us up on our Twitters, our respective Twitters. Let us know how you feel about that.